We're so back, ladies and gentlemen. The hat is here. Tree will be up in the next video, but the Arizona Cardinals have a very tough task as we play the Seattle Seahawks, as you guys know, who had our number a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, technically. Seahawks fans, we did not forget to take the division lead. Seattle beat us 16-6, and they are rolling right now. They got to win. We lost, and they are up a game on us. They have the lead at 7-5. We're sitting here 6-6, and we desperately need a win here. And if we can't get it, we are in a very rough spot because the Rams are creeping up at 6-6. So if we drop this game, Seattle would sit there 8-5. We would sit there 6-7, and if the Rams win, they would catapult us for second place. Things can go severely wrong, and this is one of the most monumental games of the entire season. There's so much weight on the line. The stakes are extremely high, and we need to pull out a win, and this is not going to be an easy one. Division games are always tough, but this one's in Arizona. Let's see if we can bounce back, and let's go ahead and talk about this. Because when we played Seattle, this game ultimately came down to one monumental play, and that was Kyler Murray throwing this pick six right here to Kobe White. This cemented the game for them. There was one touchdown outside of that to Jackson Smith-Njigba, but outside of that, this play killed the Cardinals. And obviously putting up 6 points doesn't help, but when Seattle's offense isn't really doing much either, and you give away 7 points, it's unfortunate. It really comes down to that. But at the end of the day, the Cardinals just have to play better in every aspect, and they shot themselves in the foot last game. If we look at the team stats, it comes down to two categories, in my opinion. It comes down to penalties. The Cardinals shot themselves in the foot, backed themselves up, and just did not want to get things going, and Seattle pinned us deep so many times. And we could not get things going. Seattle played fantastic defense and third down efficiency, as you guys see. We cannot shoot 3 for 12, allowing 50% to Seattle. That is unacceptable. We can't convert at a 1 out of 4 rate. That is just garbage. We can't do that. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties either. And this is back-to-back games, honestly, that we have played terrible. These are just self-inflicting penalties, and we're doing it to ourselves. If the Cardinals want to make the playoffs, we have to clean up the things that we can control, and we have to play the game clean. We have not been doing that, and Seattle played better than us. It comes down to that. Taking a look at what Seattle did to us, here's what happened. Geno Smith ended up giving us an interception that came to Garrett Williams. Geno Smith also threw for a touchdown, 22 for 31, 254 yards. Did not play a bad game whatsoever. We shut their run game down entirely. Kenneth Walker, 16 for 41. Zach Charbonnet, 6 for 22. And Geno, 3 for 2. And Jackson Smith-Njigba was the guy who kind of killed us all day long. 6 for 77. DK had a quiet 4 for 59. Kenneth Walker, also 4 for 52. Tyler Lockett, 2 for 20. AJ Bardner, 3 for 19, and that's about it. The Seahawks could not get the run going, and that was a huge benefit to the Cardinals. The Cardinals defense has been strapping up in the past like 5 to 6 weeks, and if we can continue this, we should be fine. The offense has to clean things up though, because taking a look at the Cardinals stats, this is what it reads. Kyler, 24 for 37, 285, 0 touchdowns and interception. Not the best game he's played all season, I will admit that. We were picking up chunk yardage, but we could not put the ball in the end zone. We could not get points, so obviously we did not play great. And why this was so difficult is because our run game was non-existent. James Conner cannot have a 1-to-1 ratio. 7 carries for 8 yards is unacceptable. We abandoned the run, and James Conner finished with stats like these. You're never going to win a game like this. It is going to be very tough, and if you do, that's insane football. Amari DeMarcado, 1 for 14. That was garbage time. Trey Benson, 4 for 18. Pretty decent game from him. 4.5 yards a carry. He just didn't really have the attempts. But the Cardinals abandoned the run game. As you guys see, Kyler threw the ball almost 40 times. Trey McBride, 12 for 133. Michael Wilson, 2 for 54. Marvin Harrison, 3 for 47. And James Conner, 5 for 41. We were able to pick up some yards, but it did not convert to points, and Seattle took advantage. Their defense and their special teams unit pinned us back, and their defense capitalized on that all day long. And the Cardinals struggled. Let's just call it how it is. There is room to bounce back, but that was not a fantastic game. You got to give a shout out to that defense. That secondary did really well, and Leonard Williams has been destructing games in the past 2. As you guys see, 4.5 sacks combined, 2.5 versus the Cardinals, 2 versus the Jets, and he also had a pick 6, a 92-yard pick 6 from a fat man, a big boy. Leonard Williams had a pick six. Ridiculous. These stats are insane, especially from a defensive lineman, and he is feasting, he is wrecking games, and he is a reason the defense is performing the way they are. In their last 6, they've only given up 21 points 3 times. That came to the Jets, that came to the Rams, and that came to the Bills. If they allow over 21 points, you're in a very good spot to win the game. But the Cardinals are on this list out of the last 6 with 6, the lowest amount. The banged up 49ers put up a better performance than us. So the Cardinals have to come out and they have to be better. The Seahawks defense has been no joke, especially as of recent. And the guy who's going to have to turn up is Kyler Murray. He has the highest QBR in the entire NFL. A lot of people have been coming for him all season long, saying he's trash, he's garbage, but you see the company he's in. Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Kyler Murray. Like, these are the upper echelon of quarterbacks. Kyler Murray, 75.1 QBR. He's playing great football in the time that he actually has to throw the ball. He is playing fantastic. But even as a Kyler Murray activist, I will say these last 2 games have not been his best. He's passing the ball for a bunch of yards. He's completing it at a good percentage. But 3 interceptions and 1 touchdown over the past 2 games in very winnable situations is not ideal from your franchise quarterback. And I know the Vikings picks don't necessarily hold a ton of weight. They weren't super impactful, but that Seattle pick killed that game. Kyler has to be better, and I am expecting a big bounce back game, especially at home. Need him to rally off the fans, and we need an elite performance from Kyler once again. He's come through for the majority of the season, but we need him now more than ever. If the Cardinals want a chance to win, we want to crack at this division, it's going to have to go through your quarterback, and the run game has to be stronger. Your offensive line can't perform the way it has for the past 2 games. You could argue these are some of the worst performances our line has given up, genuinely. They need to lock in. The run game has to be a factor in this one, and Kyler has to be on point, and he cannot turn the football over. Otherwise, Seattle's going to have a chance. Geno Smith, as much disrespect as I gave him, has been balling out this season. I will admit that. He is like 5th in passing yards in the league, and he is just threading it. He just throws a bunch of interceptions, but at the end of the day, he can march the ball. But this Cardinals defense has been playing well. We just need that once again. Nick Rallis has to cook up, and we don't really have a predominant edge rusher, so we're blitzing a lot right now, and it's working. The Cardinals offense needs to capitalize on our defense's ability right now, and we need to score touchdowns on offense, and we'll be in a great situation. So Kyler, need ya, because we cannot have Seattle continue to climb the rankings. This loss would hurt us so bad. It would probably put us in a very difficult spot to make playoffs. It would probably drop us from, like, I don't even know. If we win, I'm pretty sure we catapult over Seattle. It's not a guarantee, but we would have the same record. So this one holds a lot of weight, and even if the Rams win, we would just all be tied right there. So it's very difficult to predict the NFC West right now, but the Cardinals need this win more than ever, and so do the Rams. So those are 2 games to monitor here. If the Cardinals want a chance in this one, it goes through this game. So it's very interesting to see how the outcome's going to go, and if I had to make a prediction, man, I'm going to say the Cardinals end up taking it 28-24. I think this game comes down to 3 things. 1, Kyler cannot play conservative, but he also has to play a clean game. The run game has to feast. Seattle is not fantastic against the run, but in the past couple weeks, they've been pretty decent. But James Conner, you're going to have a big day here. Him and Kyler have to tandem up like they have been all season long, and in every performance that James Conner has like 100 yards, I believe we're 5-1. So James Conner, need a big game from him. This offense goes through him, and then the last thing is we cannot shoot ourselves in the foot. When we have 1st and 10 inside the red zone, we cannot get false starts. We can't get holdings. We can't get touchdowns taken away from us like it did against Seattle. This offense has potential, and we can put up points, but these 3 things have to happen. But like I said, 28-24 is my prediction. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section below. How are you feeling about mine? Do you think the Cardinals win it? Do you think the Seahawks win it? I want to know. This should be a tightly contested game, and I am looking forward to it. The Cardinals have to come out on top. If we lose, man, depression. I think we have a good chance in it, though, and if you guys are new to the channel and ended up enjoying today's video, man, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content, so if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.